All right. Hello, Bit Queens. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on your time zone and when you're joining us. This is Bit Queens, and you're welcome to our training sessions. I'm so happy to have each and every one of you here. Today, our focus is on top research tools for crypto and tokenization projects, part two. So we've been on this conversation on research tools that will help us make informed decisions in our cryptocurrency and tokenization journey. And this is a continuation of that conversation. Last Sunday was very mind-blowing. It was massive. We had a live demonstration of one of the tools called Coin Market Cap. And we looked at all the features of the app, what it allows us to do, the opportunity to get insights and knowledge of different cryptocurrency projects and the different ecosystems within the entire cryptocurrency ecosystem that we can be part of. We also saw the community part of CoinMarketCap, where we can actually follow real-time conversation on projects that interest us. Isn't that amazing? We had a great time, and I'm sure those of you who were here last Sunday can attest to the fact that it was a massive session. So thank you, ladies, for always being here to up your game, to up your skills, to become better in this journey. We couldn't be more excited to bring all this powerful information, insights, and tools to you. I'm happy to see each and every one of you here. I can see you, Jennifer. Welcome. It's always good to see you join us. Virginia, welcome to today's session. But Gbemi, I see you. Christiana or Kafomba. It's good to see you. Larry, welcome. Oh, but Carol, always a delight to have you join us. And our very own Ruka, she's in the house today, and it's good to see her. Then MOH, sorry, I don't know what that means, but it's good to have you wonderful, wonderful ladies be in the house. So without wasting any more time, we are diving right into our conversation for today, which is top research tools for crypto and tokenization projects, part two. So let's get started. So what I'm going to do now is I'm quickly going to share my screen so we are guided for today's conversation. Right? So if you know women who are supposed to be here, you can go to our community, let them know we're live. They don't want to miss a thing. Today's session promises to be very insightful, educative. You will learn something you didn't learn in the previous sessions, I promise you. So we are going to start right away so that we don't leave any idle moment. You see, one of the most important things you will learn in the blockchain and crypto space is how to do your own due diligence, do your own research. Do you hear, do your own research? Do you even actually know how to do your own research? Yes, I remember in our sessions before this, we talked about due diligence checklists, that is things to look out for when picking out a tokenization project or a crypto project. We had a list of things you have to look out for and what they mean. And then we proceeded in our conversation to say, okay, now that we know what to look out for, what tools help us validate and verify information that we find on the internet, especially if we go to the site of the project we want to take advantage of, their white paper, the social media handles, and all that. How do we validate the information we're getting? How do we validate the data we are gathering? And that led us to the conversation on top tools for researching crypto and tokenization projects. So you want to pay attention to this topic because it really does help you in your journey in the space, because with the understanding of the right tools, you can make informed decision, you can do your own research. Basically, you can get to know about projects that are about to launch and ones that are going to give you great opportunities, right? So you get all that information. You can join communities where insights are shared, knowledge is shared about a particular project, and also share your own findings. I tell you what, there are a lot of experts in the field doing the background work and bringing it out for you to take advantage, but you have to be in the right places. You have to be in the right conversations. You have to be listening to the right people. And that's what we're doing here at Bitcoins, to provide you all that information so that you can be better and better in your blockchain and crypto journey. Another very important thing is that it lets you become better and better in terms of analyzing the information you find, analyzing data you find. It's not about hearing this project, but to also analyze them and draw out meaning, make sense of all the data that you are gathering. So today's session promises to be a consolidation of the first part we've already had, and to show you more tools that you can use, measuring different metrics that will help you make informed decision. If you are pumped as I am and you're ready for today's session, please go to the comments and leave me the number 1. I want to be sure that you're all glued to your screen and that you have your writing parts, you have your screenshot applications, you're ready to take some notes and to be empowered at the end of the session. So I'm going to the comment section now to see your feedback. Leave the number 1 if I have your attention. You are ready, you are super pumped, you're excited, you want to learn. Oh my goodness, I can see all that feedback coming in. Thank you, Ruka. I can see yours. Bemi, thank you. Madam Larry, Mary, thank you for your feedback. Okai says, I want to learn. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, wonderful, wonderful responses. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so let's get started, right? I'm Christy Emmanuel. If you're meeting me for the first time, I'm a blockchain educator for women. So my team and I, in 2023, formed this community called Bitcoins. So what do we do at Bitcoins is a platform for blockchain education for women. And so what we do is to help you learn about blockchain technology, about cryptocurrencies, about Web3 in a simple and fun way. We've created this community to help you feel supported, because when some of us started out, we didn't have such support. We didn't have communities where we can be part of, to learn at our own pace, to have materials tailored towards our own learning needs. And so it was a challenge. So we decided to create this community, provide the support that women need. We also understand that there's a lot of gap in this space. We have more men participating than we have women. And that's because some women feel that it's too technical, it's too hard, we don't understand what is going on. And we decided, hey, let's fill in the gap. Let's use simple terms and explanations to help you make sense of what's happening in this space. Blockchain has gone beyond the future of finance. It's now the future of freedom. It's now the future of financial inclusion. It's now the future of empowerment, especially for women. And we couldn't be more excited to be having each and every one of you in this community, providing a platform where women from different parts of the world, no matter their background, no matter their culture, can be part of what's happening in our community. They can feel confident and excited to begin to explore all the endless opportunities that are available within this space. So you're welcome. And like I've said, going to be looking at tools for researching crypto projects. And at the end, we are going to interact. So at this point, if you have any questions, if there are areas you want us to throw more light, you want to share your experience, or you want to contribute to the conversation, or thoughts that you want to share to benefit others, feel free to share them in the chat. We will incorporate them as we go. So with that said, let's get right into it. In our first part of this conversation, we looked at a number of tools. If you remember, if you were in this session and you remember one of the tools that we talked about, please go to the comments and drop it. I want to be sure that we have women who are following the conversation. We actually talked about 5 to 6 of them, if I still recall. Yes. So tell me in the chat if you remember any one that we discussed in our previous sessions, if you attended. Let me go to the chats and see your responses. Yay. Thank you, Carol. Carol says DEX. Yes, that's DEX tools. We talked about DEX tools. We talked about CoinGecko. We talked about CoinMarketCap. We talked about, oh, fantastic, Dune Analytics. Yes, that's right. We also talked about one social media platform that has become a research tool. Who remembers? X. Oh, thank you so much, Carol. Thank you. You just made my day. Thank you. Thank you so much. By the way, if you were not part of that conversation, you can catch up on our YouTube channel. So today we're going to be talking about DeFi Llama. Sounds funny, right? I thought so too when I saw it. So DeFi Llama is the biggest DeFi tool in the space as we speak. You know, it gives you up-to-date information and data about layer 1 blockchains, layer 2 blockchains, that is projects that are on these blockchains, right? Layer 1 and layer 2 blockchains, right? By layer 1, we mean projects with their own blockchains. That's what that means. And layer 2 are projects that are built on already existing blockchains, projects that do not have their own blockchains, but get launched on other existing blockchains. So one key feature about DeFi Llama is that it helps to track total value locked, that's TVL, and of course, APY. APY is annual percentage yield, and of course, other important data of different DeFi projects. Don't worry, I'm going to be breaking all this down. So this is particularly very important for those who want to go into staking or taking advantage of staking. You remember when we had our conversation on DeFi, right? Decentralized finance. That's the type of finance that allows you to take advantage of different financial activities without the interference of any third party. You remember that you can go to your local bank and borrow money to lend, to deposit, to transfer, to do all kinds of financial activities. But you need your bank, you need your local bank, you need their interference. They are the third party. So if you're sending money to another person, there's always an intermediary. But the same type of services are now brought onto the blockchain. That's why it's called decentralized finance, because there is no central authority controlling it. So there are projects that are built on the blockchain around this area to provide decentralized finance services. And those projects, you can come to DeFi Llama to check them out. So one of the things they do is to check total value locked. And this happens when you are taking advantage of what we call staking, right? Staking is more like fixed depositing your funds, in this case, your crypto or your tokens, for a period of time so that you get rewarded for doing so. So projects use staking as a way of controlling supply, so that when supply is controlled, it limits the quantity that's available, making that particular token or crypto scarce. And why that is scarce, it sort of drives the potential in terms of price or value of that particular asset to the upwards direction. So when you want to check out projects that offer you the opportunity to do staking, instead of buying your crypto and leaving it idle in your wallet, you can stake them. Just like the way if you have some fiat in your bank account, you can go to your bank and say, I want to fix deposit it. So fixed depositing, it means that it's unavailable for a period of time. And so the bank can pay you certain amount of interest on your funds for that period of time. So the same thing is replicable here in the blockchain space. So you can go to DeFi Llama and see those projects that allow you to do staking, right? So you can see the TVL. TVL, like I said, is total value lock, which means you get to see these different projects and see how much of assets, the total assets that are locked. And that suggests to you if that project is good or not, because the more assets you find locked on a particular protocol or a particular project, it means that people have trust and believe in that project. So that is another metric to check if that project is doing well, if people have trust as regards, the return they will give you. That's the APY. APY here means annual percentage yield. So it's a metric to check the percentage that you get, and of course, the compound interest if you decide to compound your earnings from the rewards you get from the staking. So this is exactly what DeFi Llama does, allows you in on projects that you can stake. So when you see the total value locked, you can now decide which of the projects you want to go on to. You can also see the APY. APY here means interest. So you can see the interest rates and you can see the period of time available for you to lock up. Some allow for 6 months, you can do for 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, depending on the project. But one thing I want you to know is that TVL and APY, they relate inversely. What that means is the more total value you have on a project, the lesser the APY. Now, let me explain why that is. Let's say you have a project where you have $1 million locked in. It means that the project, as it is developing value, because you locked up your asset, your asset is part of the total $1 million that is locked on that project. It means that the value they are getting will be shared amongst all the people whose funds are locked on that project. So if you have more people joining, it means that the APY, the interest rates, will be dropping because you now have more people to share from the value that that project is creating, right? So the more total value that you have locked, the interest rates will be dropping because you now have more participants. And of course, the project knows its peak. It knows the level it cannot cross so that it doesn't affect the entire project. They don't want to overpromise, over-leverage themselves. So that's how it works. And this gives you an opportunity to now decide, do I go for the projects that have lower TVL, total value locked, and higher APY, right? So all these are metrics that will now allow you make informed decision because you understand how these things work. DeFi Llama is a tool we should learn how to use, especially if you want to play in the DeFi space. Of course, I've talked about the staking program and how that works, and it's user-friendly. I tell you, you can customize the dashboard to the type of metrics you want to see, whether by total value locked, whether by APY, whether by 30 days chart to see what's been happening the past 7 days. So you can pretty much customize it to the way you want, and it's very beginner friendly. So that's about DeFi Llama. Now let's go to the next tool. Now, the next tool here is called Trading View. Now, have you ever gone to Binance or any of these exchanges or trading apps and you see some charts and you're like, whoa, what's going on here? I don't even understand what's going on here. You see some red lines, you see some green lines, and they are just in this zigzag form, and your mind is blown and your head is about to blow up. That's what we call Trading View, right? It's a chart. So Trading View allows you make sense of all the things you're seeing on the charts. I remember the first time I tumbled on Binance, that was some years back. I was like, my goodness, what's this? I couldn't make sense of anything I was seeing. There are numbers. And the thing is, you get to see this information real time. They're moving, they're not static. Actually, numbers are changing here and there, and all that. So Trading View allows you to learn how to analyze financial markets, including cryptocurrencies, because Trading View can be used for different other financial markets. You can use it to track stocks of different companies like Apple, like Amazon, different stocks, including cryptocurrency. So when you go to trading apps like KuCoin, like Binance, and the rest, they use this tool, Trading View, to provide you information. So they don't do it on their own. This is the largest charting and analyzing tool in the crypto space. Yes. So if you want to be a crypto trader or you want to learn crypto trading, you must understand Trading View. You must learn how to use Trading View to interpret the information that you're seeing. All these things you're seeing on the screen is data. How do you make sense of it? Trading View allows you to do so. And it has different, strategies, different hundreds of built-in indicators, I tell you. A lot of tools, that you can chart. Charting means, taking different points, analyzing different points, the behavior of a particular cryptocurrency. For instance, Bitcoin in the last 1 hour, in the last 4 hours, in the last 24 hours. And so you can see the price movement. You can even see the history in the last 30 days, in the last 1 year. All this information is available to you. When you see the lines, they are called candles. These lines are called candles. And beneath here suggests the volume that was done depending on how you're measuring it. If you're measuring it for the last 1 hour, you're measuring it for the last 4 hours, or you're measuring it for the last 24 hours. So you see these lines here, they are volume. So you can chart here and put a cursor, something like a ruler that lets you actually read how much was done in the last 1 hour, in the last 4 hours, in the last 24 hours, as the case may be. And here we call these candles. So these candles allow you see the price movement. If it is red, it means that the price is momentarily going down. If it's green, it's going up. So of course, we know that cryptocurrencies are not stable in price, they're volatile. But even at that, understanding this helps you still make informed decisions. So for traders, they know when to get into the market and they know when to exit, right? Studying the charts and seeing the price movement. This is such a wonderful tool, and I hope we get to do a demonstration in the course of our studies how to use TradingView. Of course, it has a large community. So there is a community part of this particular tool where experts in the field are sharing their analysis, telling you what they found, sharing their own insights so that you too can learn. So it's a very useful tool. It's beginner friendly. If you're already an enthusiast or a trader, it's also very good. So it cuts across different levels for different users, right? Then you can also set notifications to be informed when there is price movement in certain cryptocurrencies projects that you're tracking. You want to check out their site is www.tradingview.com. So you can create an account for yourself and begin to use it. So the next is crypto fees. I mean, I was wowed when I found this myself. So what does it do? It gives you daily insight of different blockchain networks or project networks and the fees that they are making. Remember, these platforms charge a fee. If you want to send some Ether to a friend, you're going to pay some fees. It's called gas fee for Ether. So this crypto fees is a platform that allows you to track the different crypto fees or blockchain fees that different networks are charging. So here you can see this is a list of different networks. Ethereum, Bitcoin, Uniswap, these are different networks, right? And they provide services that allow them generate fees. So what is the implication of this? This can serve in a number of ways. First, it allows you know those projects that are really making money from their projects. For instance, Ethereum is on the highest because, of course, we know that Ethereum gas fee is on the high side. It's one of the challenges. It can be a good thing and it can also be a challenge. So it goes both ways, depending on what you're actually looking out for. So you can see Ethereum has done the highest here, followed by Bitcoin, Uniswap, and all there. So this is 1 day fee. So it gives you a snapshot of what's happening for that particular day. Oh, these are the fees being generated by these different blockchains. So that if there are projects within this blockchain, it tells you that it can be profitable because you know how they are making money. You can see how much they're generating. And the good thing is that these fees they generate transfer. The effect is felt on the actual tokens and crypto on these different networks. So that can help you make informed decisions. Now, another thing is you can also say, oh, I want to know blockchains or the networks that are charging the least so that you can use them for your daily transaction. So you want to send USDT. Of course, you know USDT is on different networks. We have on Polygon Matic, Solana, Ethereum, Tron, and the rest. So you can actually check and see the ones that are charging less and decide which one to use. So it's cost-effective options for your trading activities. Another thing is that it gives you an overview of different cryptocurrency exchanges and what they're charging. You see, one thing is these different cryptocurrency exchanges have different values for different cryptocurrencies. Not that the values differ widely. There's usually a margin in terms of price. For instance, Bitcoin can be $69,900 on Binance. But if you go to KuCoin, it could be $69,890, for instance, a difference of $10. So it gives you a list of these exchanges for different cryptocurrencies and the prices, so that if you want to make a purchase, you want to sell, you can go there and choose the one you want to use and, of course, use it. So this is a very great tool. I was so excited when I found it, and I thought to include it in the list because it will help you, especially if you're just starting out and you want to be sure so that you don't make mistakes and, spend money unnecessarily. So it's www.cryptofees.info. I hope you are taking screenshots and you are writing down this website so that you can go and check them out much later. It's important that as you're learning these things, you're checking them out. That way you solidify all that you're learning and it becomes part and parcel of you. So crypto fees is a great tool that every woman who wants to play very well in the crypto space should have in her arsenal, right? And the last one for today is called Lunar Crush. Now, in our last session, we talked about social media being a research tool. I'm sure some of you were shocked to hear that social media can be a research tool, and you're like asking, what has social media got to do with crypto? And we talked about X. Now, do you know what Lunar Crush does? Lunar Crush lets you in on people's sentiments about a particular project, not just people, but experts in the field. So it's a powerful social media analytical tool for you as an investor or a trader, so that you get valuable insights and make informed decisions. We're not just talking about any kind of people. We're talking about experts in the field, influencers, sharing their insights, sharing their thoughts, sharing the knowledge they've gathered under one platform. And they're not just anyhow people. You can find them on X. These are verified experts in the field sharing their insights. What a massive tool where you can leverage other people's experience in the field. You hear what they're saying. We don't often know, but what people say really affects the market. The sentiment really affects the market. If people are optimistic, the market start to move, it start to jump, it start to go in the upwards direction. If people are pessimistic, if they are bearish, if they are fearful, it sort of affects, because when people are fearful or they hear certain news, it can prompt them to start selling their crypto holdings, and that way the market starts to drop in terms of price. So it's a major tool you have to learn how to use and pay attention to. It's Lunar Crush, lunarcrush.com. This is the website. And what it does is that it provides you intelligence. So if you are a crypto investor, maybe a retail investors are individuals like you and I. Even institutional investors like big corporations who are also playing in the crypto space, they can make use of this tool to get information and see what the experts are saying, what people are saying, what's the sentiment like, and make informed decision. You can see what these influencers are doing. You can even see their portfolio. You can see what projects they are bullish on. And that can give you an insight whether you want to mirror their portfolio or just do your own thing. So all this will help you make informed decision while in the crypto space. Remember, this will give you the opportunity to do your own due diligence on any crypto or tokenization project. It will also help you learn how to make sense of the data and information you are gathering, and of course, makes you become an expert in this field as you progress. I want to also add that some of these platforms are entirely free, while some are not free. Some will require you to pay certain subscriptions to be able to unlock more features so that you get better value from the tools. So bear that in mind. Some of them are quite friendly in terms of how much you have to pay, while some are a bit on the high side. So you have to also sift through all this to get the one that suits your investment goal. So congratulations on that note. We've come to the end of today's session. That brings this to 10 tools we've discussed so far that helps you do top-notch research on crypto and tokenization projects. Like I said, when we started this particular topic, this is going to be an ongoing conversation, because that's the only way we can do very well in terms of making decisions when investing in any cryptocurrency or tokenization project. So be sure to stay glued to our conversations every week so that you don't miss out on any of these information we're sharing with you, tools that we're sharing with you. And of course, we're going to be having demonstration sessions. So we took one and demonstrated last Sunday. We're going to pick another one from the 10 that we have discussed and demonstrate maybe additional 2, and then we move on to picking other tools and analyzing them. With time, we're going to be also looking at the more advanced tools, because I tell you what, depending on what you're looking for, there are tools available. If you are maybe a law enforcement person, there are also tools that help you do cryptocurrency investigation, to track transactions on the blockchain, to see if there are illicit activities or financial crimes going on with the blockchain or with different crypto projects. All that is available. There are different tools for such purposes. So stay glued to our conversations. We're going to be learning a lot. And I tell you what, by the time we are done, you would have become a pro in researching cryptocurrency projects and tokenization project. So thank you, ladies, for being here. It was my pleasure on behalf of the BitQueens team to bring this to you, and would like to bring you in. So if you're listening to us, you're enjoying the conversation, but you're not part of our exclusive community, this will be the time to be part of our community. Please feel free to leave us a message or a mail at bitqueenshq@gmail.com. We will give you all the information that you need to be part of our community. And if you're listening to us today, you're a woman already part of our community, and you know other women that can benefit from what we're doing here, we will leave the link to our community in the chat so that you can share the link and invite those women to join. We need more women to understand what's going on. This is not the time for women to be on the sideline. So when tech came up, the first time that people started talking about technology, women were not really, they were not at the forefront because they felt, oh, it's too technical, it's too this. No, technology is where the world is headed. The world is advancing, our world is changing, and there's no better time for women to be part of what is happening than now. We have to be at the forefront. We are no longer supposed to be at the sideline or at the background. We have to be at the forefront so that we can change the narrative of women participation in tech, especially in blockchain technology. Of course, we are talking about other emerging technologies like AI. There are women who are already advancing. What are we waiting for? This is the opportunity for us to be really interested. This is not the time to sleep. There's a whole world of opportunities and potentials that are unfolding right before our eyes. Are you going to let that slip by you? I tell you what, we here at BitQueens are more than ready to be with you on this journey so that you advance, you become more empowered, you're financially included, and you become a superwoman to also empower other women. So we invite you to join our community, and we'll be always here to guide you, to be with you on the journey until we all succeed. So let's continue the conversation on social media. If you're not already connected with us, please do so. We are on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You can find us also on YouTube. If you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe, turn on notifications, and you get to know when we drop our recordings. Different sections that will be coming up, shortly. Of course, we are on X, so connect with us there. We hope to start holding spaces, X spaces, that is audio conversations, so that other women who are not even part of our community or have not heard anything about blockchain or cryptocurrencies will also be part of the conversation. And if you want to make any inquiries or ask any questions, please write us on bitqueenshq@gmail.com. I'll be there to provide you answers to all your questions and concerns. So with that said, it's time now to get your feedback. Any questions, any areas I need to go back, any experiences to share, this is the time to bring that all in. So I'm just going to stop sharing my screen now so that we get right into this part. So I can see more women here. Thank you, Angela, for joining us today. Laura, I see you. Obiocha, it's good to have you in today's conversation. Yes. So let me have your feedback, ladies. Any questions? Are there areas you want us to throw more light on? Do you have any experiences to share? How do you feel about today's conversation? Just feel free. You can ask any question based on previous sessions that we've had. It's meant to be interactive. Yes, thank you, Christiana. She says, thank you, Coach Christy. Yes, thank you for your kind words. Obiocha says, thank you, Coach Christy, for all you do. We're grateful for your kind words, Obiocha. Thank you so much. So anyone to share? Carol says, the only one I am aware of was TradingView, not that I followed them. However, all the other tools I was unfamiliar with. Oh, that's amazing. So you see, we learned new tools today. I'm happy you're learning, Carol, and you're sharing your progress with us. Thank you so much. Yes, Christiana says, I have an observation though. Please go ahead. Please, you can unmute yourself and speak. Please unmute yourself and speak if you want to. I hope I already enabled that. Let me see. Yes, please, you can unmute yourself and speak, Christiana.
Hello, Coach Christy.
Yes, I can hear you.
Well, good evening from my own side. I
Evening.
think you are my namesake. Yeah, your name is Christy. My name too is Christiana.
Amazing.
We're so happy to be here. I've always want to be in your class to learn more about blockchain because I'm so in the blockchain space. I'm into data analytics and research and analytics. So you as a research person, you're doing research. I do my own research. Okay, about your community. I actually love it that it's about girls, but I don't know why you don't open it to this into social media platform or bring some other community inside your community, like creating like a collaboration. For instance, if you are doing, like, let me say, not a class that has to show the written tools or anything. Maybe if you are doing it, maybe like a little talk space on Twitter. I don't know how you see it. It's just like an observation. There are other community that, yes, they want to, meet with other like minds, especially ladies. I think that's another way of expanding your community. So it's just an observation. It's not something it's an observation. Anyway, thank you.
Yes, thank you, Christiana, for your feedback. Your observations are right. In the last couple of weeks, we've been working on that to see how we can expand our, collaborative efforts with different communities. And personally, I've been reaching out to them to have conversations. And in the coming weeks, we expect to have such expansion. And if you notice in our community, we've been passing out some information and of course, trying to gather your thoughts and organize the community so that we have more expanded, more robust, and different activities can come on. So that observation is quite true. We've had the plans from early this year to have that as part of what we're going to achieve. So your observations are right, and we hope that in the coming weeks, we're going to begin to experience some of these things. Yes, collaborative efforts are one of the ways in which communities expands, because it gives you the opportunity to have in-depth conversations, see what other people are doing, learn also from them, because I tell you what, different communities are focused on different things, right? So it's an opportunity to also broaden your worldview and see what's happening there. So best believe that we are doing all our within our powers to expand our reach in terms of collaborating with other communities so that we can even bring different speakers, right, to come and share with us their own journeys, especially women who are doing very well in the space, to share how they started their journey, to help us stay inspired and stay motivated and all that. So thank you so much for that feedback. That's why we keep asking you to to share with us your thoughts, your suggestions, what you think. And I'm happy you brought this up today. Thank you, Christiana, for that contribution. It's an amazing one. Thank you so much. Yes, Okai says, thank you, Coach Christy, for your passion always. Thank you very much for being in today's session. Angela says, thank you, Coach Christy. I'm happy to be in this community. We are also happy to have you in our community. Your contributions have been very immense. Thank you for always being here. Yes, other contributions, please feel free. And this even offers us the opportunity to dive in more and share with you what we've been doing in the past few weeks and days. If you've already, if you've been following what's happening in the community, you'll see that we shared some polls last weekend. That's past Friday. And the idea behind what we are doing is to create opportunity for more women to learn. We understand that women join our community at different times. And so sometimes they feel not being carried along. At least I've had the opportunity of privately having conversation with some women, and they told me the reason they are unable to participate fully in our training sessions is the fact that they feel lost in what we are doing, because at the time they joined, we've had extensive communication and conversations and trainings. So we thought it wise to break the training sessions in half, or create a new session or a new time and class where we will take different, people, different women at different levels. So if you're a total beginner or you just are starting afresh, you've not really known much, you can be in one community and we'll start the conversation. I mean, one group and we'll start the conversation afresh. And those who have already been with us or those who joined but already have background and they understand to some extent can be in one group. That way, we can cater for the needs of the women as much as possible. And we are also creating groups where we can have resources, for women to learn at their own pace. So it's not just going to be only training sessions. We are going to provide other means of learning, whether it's in the audio form or written guides, podcast and things like that. So best believe we are working behind the scenes to make your experience here very exciting and to make the journey very smooth. Like you already know, we're a very young community, and as such, we are also learning on the job. So it's not, nothing is cast in stone really. So it's an opportunity for us to learn, to adapt, and to keep improving. So we thank you for your support, and I want to use this opportunity to encourage you, if you've not already taken the polls, please do so, because in the coming days, we are going to be merging the current group we have now into a bigger community. So you are going to have a general group, which we all are in now. Then we are going to have separate groups for the different sessions. So if you belong to the beginner level, you're just getting started, then you're going to be in a group. Those that are already having background are in the intermediate level, we also be in one group. That way we have separate training sessions so that we can meet your needs. You can feel free to ask questions, to participate in the conversation, and to even tell us what you want to learn and how you want to learn it, right? So we are doing all that to give you a better experience here, and we are asking for your support, because without you, there is no Bitcoins. Without you, there is no community. So we ask that you support us. We ask that you cooperate with us. And of course, feel free to send us, your thoughts, what you think, your suggestions, your ideas, anything that can make us do better. And again, if you have any skills to contribute, why not? We are looking for women to join the team. That way, it makes it easier for us to expand, to carry on different activities, because we have hands that are actually doing the work in the background. So I want to encourage us, please, let's go back, encourage other women too. If you know other women in the community who have not taken the polls, it will be important to do so. From tomorrow, we're going to start merging and of course migrating. So we're going to be dropping the links to the different groups, right? So you know where your proficiency is at this time. You just click that link and join that group, and of course wait for more communications, right? We are doing it step by step. We don't want this to overwhelm anybody. We don't want it to feel like a burden. That's why we're taking it gradually. So in the coming days, and of course, by the end of a week or two, we should have fully migrated and of course, get ready to start the second session. So what this basically means is, if you are in the intermediate level, you just focus on the training session for the intermediate level, right? If you are in the beginner level, you focus on training sessions for the beginner level. If you feel like you want to attend it too, maybe you're in the intermediate level, but you still want to brush up yourself on the beginner level courses or trainings we've had in the past, that would even be fantastic, right? So that way the learning is better streamlined, and you're also able to follow your journey according to your level. So please, let's take action, and let's know that there's a lot ahead of us. We can be better, we can do better, but we all have to work together. So thank you for the support, for always coming out, being here, sharing, your thoughts with us, participating in the polls, responding to our messages, and all that. We're so grateful, and we'll keep building. Right? We're just starting. We've not even started, right? So let's keep doing our best to, stay active and engaged in the community. So if you have any feedback, please do let me know. Jennifer says, well done, Coach Christy. Thank you for all you do. Thank you so much for always being part of our community and sharing and supporting us, Jennifer. So In the absence of nothing again, I'd like to, Madam Carol, you want to share anything with us? Madam Gbemi, you want to share anything with us before we wrap up for today? Thank you everyone for always being here. We're so delighted to have you each and every time we hold the sessions. So the sessions, like I said, the Sunday session, let me also add that the Sunday sessions will continue. So there's no need to change that time in case you're asking or wondering, because somebody asked me that question privately. Does it mean that the Sunday sessions will no longer hold? Are we trying to change the time? I said, no. We're just trying to create an additional time and day for having extra sessions, especially for the beginner level. So the Sunday session will continue 8 p.m. West African time, and then whatever time we decide on for the second session, that's what it's going to be. So I thought to provide that additional information. Carol says, wishing everyone a wonderful, fruitful week ahead. Yes, same here. Okay, in the absence of nothing again, thank you everyone who joined us. It was a pleasure to bring this session to you. Next week, we're going to come with another interesting and insightful topic. So stay tuned. We're going to announce the topic in our community. Thank you everyone who came on. Thank you, Christiana. Thank you, Carol, Madam Gbemi, I see you. Angela, thank you. Laura, it was good to see you. Laura left a feedback earlier. Sorry, said network was not friendly. I came in towards the end of the conversation, though. Kindly throw more light on Lunar Crush, please. Would appreciate. Okay, Laura, if you're still here, Lunar Crush is for keeping yourself up to speed with what's happening in the space as regards the influencers and what people are saying and thinking. So we have experts in the field who are sharing their insights, sharing their knowledge, right? So this helps to measure the social media sentiments, basically. It helps to see how bullish or bearish people are on different projects. So when you know what people are saying, if it's positive about a project, it allows you make informed decision. So there's a platform called Lunar Crush. You go there, you see top experts in the field giving their insights on different projects, and that way you can decide whether you want to mirror their portfolio, follow what they're saying, or just get insights, basically, because what people say, their sentiments actually affect price movements in the crypto space. So that's in a nutshell what Lunar Crush is about. And please feel free to catch on the replay to get in-depth explanation on that. Of course, the websites were displayed, so you can also go there and read up some more information. Remember, we're sharing all this at the beginner level, beginner-friendly level. With time, we're going to be providing more information and data so that we keep making sense of what we are learning, and of course, getting deeper in our understanding. So I hope this answers it for you, Laura. Please give me some feedback so I know you're with us. So thank you, ladies, for being here, and we will call it a day. See you again next Sunday, 8 p.m. West African time, 7 p.m. GMT. And you can cross-check that with your own time zone so that you don't miss a minute of the dose of value that we're going to be bringing for you next Sunday. So bye-bye, ladies. Bye, ladies.